What has happened to this industry is just really unfortunate, and we should never allow it to happen again.
I moved to the UAE because of the regulatory uncertainty here in the US. Now I'm back to the US almost every other month. You've been such an influential person behind that shift.
I wanted to send a message that we are open for innovation in every area, including our currency.
How do you see Wall Street and digital assets coming together?
They need to understand how they can complement each other. It's just another form of investment.
There were pioneers and visionaries that left this country, and they could have been such massive asset for America.
That was a real problem. We need to reverse that and make sure that this is a market that's open to all who wants to interact with it.
Mayor Adams, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me today. It's not every day that you get to meet someone who's running one of the most dynamic cities in the world. How do you find the stamina?
You know, you have to, and it's about how you start out your day, is how your day is going to go. I get up, I meditate, I do a lot of breathing exercises and eat well at the start of the day. And it just fuels me both mentally and physically to get through the day.
You're vegan, right? Are you?
I like to say plant-based.
Plant-based?
Yes, yes.
I'm almost there. I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like it does fuel me as well.
Yes, it does. It does. We are what we eat.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. So I was just telling you earlier, so I'm from Houston, but I moved to Dubai 5 years ago. I run Luna PR, one of the largest crypto PR agencies globally. I moved to Dubai, I moved to the UAE because of the regulatory uncertainty here in the US 5 years ago. And now I'm back to the US almost every other month, and almost 50% of my clients are based out of the US.
Love it, love it.
So it's been such a big push for us, and you've been such a influential person behind that shift because you are one of the strongest voices, pioneering voices in the crypto space and amongst US policymakers.
Yes, and you know what's interesting is that this industry is probably one of the few industries where organized government attempted to disband. I mean, what has happened to those who were early investors, they had to live in the shadows. You know, they were worried about being unbanked. They were worried about even being arrested and having their assets seized. What has happened to this industry is just really unfortunate, and we should never allow it to happen again. In this country. There
were pioneers and visionary entrepreneurs that left this country, and they could have been such massive assets for America. And it's great to see them coming back.
Right, right.
Why is New York such an important hub for this movement?
I think we have to first start with the mayor.
Yeah.
When I got elected, I took my first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin, because I wanted to send a message. It was more than just the economics. It was a message that I was sending that we are open for innovation in every area, including our currency. And I think here we're going to start to see more and more companies. We went from, I believe, in 2023, we were about 7 or 8% of the companies that were here. Now we're up to 14%. We're seeing a real increase. People are first hearing the message. I was in Vegas, going to many of the crypto and blockchain conferences and hosting one here in New York. And so we're sending the right message that the ground is fertile to grow your business here in New York.
And do you wish that you took more paychecks? Was it possible,
yes.
or you just stopped at 3 paychecks?
Yes.
But how is that perceived to the public?
It really, that's a great question, because it really started to have people say, oh, okay, wait a minute, what is that? You know, and engage young people and started to talk about it. So yes, there was an entire underground network that was already talking about cryptocurrency. But as the mayor, when I stated, it turned into conversations, and now people started to look into it, and we went into communities that traditionally was not part of the movement, and I believe it made a major impact.
Yeah, I mean, you're walking proof of it. Like
Yes.
you got to set the example, and I think you did a fantastic job at that.
Yes, thank you.
Recently in New York, institutional adoption and appetite in particular has been, I mean, off the charts.
Yes.
You're seeing digital asset treasury companies left, right, center, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange. We've made a couple of visits there as well. How do you see Wall Street and digital assets coming together?
Yeah, I think it's going to be about conversations. And in each of our major houses, there should be a unit that is dealing with these digital assets, but also they need to understand how they can complement each other. It's just another form of investment as we're looking at the potentiality of doing bit bonds here. We have assets, we have abilities, bonds to do other forms of currency. We want to make sure we also do it for Bitcoin as well. I think that is what's going to be part of the evolution. You know, and we can't kid ourselves. We didn't get here overnight. Where we are with currency. I mean, we started out with seashells, we went into coins, then we went into paper money, then we went into credit card, and now my son, you know, he only deals with Cash App. And so this evolution is inevitable, and we just need to be welcoming and bring everyone under this tent.
When we talk about crypto and blockchain, we often refer to the financial element of it. But beyond that, blockchain has so many use cases. So how do you see it really adding value to New Yorkers?
Right. I think in three major areas. One, to prevent fraud. We have a lot of deed theft in our city. I think that it would really allow us to fight against fraud by using blockchain, and we want to see our Department of Finance and other areas do the same. I think just organization and structure. There's no reason we can't have our birth certificates, our death certificates, our other important city records to be put in place. And then the security of these documents. I mean, when it's on the blockchain, it is on the blockchain and it is secured. That is so important when you talk about city records. We had a major fire some years ago where we had a lot of paper documents. Those records are destroyed. And it's a major issue of trying to, you know, really properly document what was on those records. So this is a good way of securing our documents for a lifetime.
And these are the type of use cases that really make a lot of impact, that show that you're walking the walk as well.
Well, actually, we are too far behind some other countries like El Salvador. You know, there are countries who have started to embrace, you know, cryptocurrency. And it's so important to go after those who are underbanked or unbanked or not banked. I think it's crucial that this opens the door for those areas. But there's some countries where their regulatory aspects are easier than here in New York and in many parts of our country. I think New York made a big mistake years ago when they did the bit license. That was a real problem. We need to reverse that and make sure that this is a market that's open to all who wants to interact with it.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Initiatives have been, you know, far advanced in other countries. I mean, I came from the UAE, so it's
right.
I mean, there's so much adoption there. But one thing that I've seen America set the stage, New York in particular, is a digital asset treasury companies. We're seeing loads of that here.
Right.
Mayor Adams, you're absolutely inspirational.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.